begin. Okay, am I sharing?
Yes, sir.
All right. 1 sec here. Too much junk around. Okay. Welcome to the September 15th, 21 CERT East League CERT meeting agenda. It is now 7:04, and we would like to adjourn or call this to order. Sorry.
Fast meeting.
Pay attention. Fast meeting. We'll start by reciting the Pledge of Allegiance, and Jason has graciously agreed to do that. So, if you would, Jason.
Yes, sir.
Oh, wait.
The flag up. Yep, there you go. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, I forgot.
I'm up again.
You are up, Mr. Burns.
All right. So you should have all received the minutes from last month's meeting attached to the email to come to this meeting. Everybody get those? Can I get a motion to approve?
Motion approved.
Motion.
Second.
Second. All right.
In favor? All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Alrighty.
There we go. And then I'll pass it on to Renee for the treasurer's report.
The August 2021 Treasurer's Report, we had a beginning balance of $1,667.35. We had a deposit of $35. The expenditures were $2,463.93. Most of it was grant reimbursable from the CERT meeting or convention. We had an overdraft fee of $35, and the reason for that was we had to put a hold on our account because somebody had got our account number and they were trying to Venmo out, or not Venmo, Zelle out our remaining balance. So when we put a hold on the account, our Zoom fee automatically triggered, and it caused us an overdraft, but we got it reimbursed. That was the deposit, so it was no big deal. Our ending balance is $10,238.42. And if I could get a motion to approve the August 2021 Treasurer's Report.
So approved.
Who would like to second it?
Second.
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, motion passes.
Thank you, Renee. We'll go back to the agenda. Thank you for that, Jason and Renee. Next is the board report. We've got a lot in the calendar we'll go over a little later. Just a quick 2021 hurricane season update. Let's see if I can blow this up just a little bit so you can see it better. We've actually gone through a lot of names up to Nicholas, which just hit Texas and whatnot and put a lot of water on them. Even though it was only a Hurricane 1, Cat 1, that doesn't always tell the whole story. It went slowly, it had a lot of water with it. I think it dumped almost 20 inches of water at a day. And that's tremendous. We would be flooded out if that happened. So don't just look at the number, but also look at what it's carrying, what it's doing. There's a whole host of things that affect how hard it'll hit us. So we still got a month and a half or so, a couple months left. We'll stay vigilant. And just as an update, the NOAA did upgrade a hurricane season outlook, 15 to 21 instead of what they said, 13 to 20, and 7 to 10 hurricanes. Still only 3 to 5 being major hurricanes. So I think out of all those, we've had 4 of them have been hurricane strength. But they still do their damage, and we still want to pay attention. So thanks, gang. Stay on that one. And that's really it for the hurricane report. Been quiet for Tampa Bay, so hopefully it'll stay that way. Next are the team and committee reports. First, we got training team, and the lead there, Jason Birds. Jason.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Tell you, and I'll let other people chime in on there, but the state Florida CERT conference was just awesome. East Lake CERT just shined to the top. Like, it's just like, well, it didn't hurt the fact that I bought $100 worth of the, or not 100. I think I only spent 50. They kept telling everybody it was 100 because that was my original plan, was to buy 100 of these raffle tickets. But I only bought 50, and I walked away with 5 prizes. So by the end of it, I was joking, say everybody hate me, but just everybody knew me, because they're like, not him again, he won again. So that was kind of a big deal. So I made our name known there. Everybody knew me, Jason from East Lake CERT. The disaster simulation at the end of it, Reggie, Ralph, Jackie, Ed, James, we all rocked it. We ended up being on the leadership team for the event, so we were IC for one of the teams, and there wasn't much we missed. And you all know about your disaster drills. It's more about knowing what you're weak in and what you miss out on, and there really wasn't a whole lot they could say about our team. We just nailed it and rocked it. What else did we do at the conference? We got our task books, our FEMA, which is something new that I thought I sent out to everybody. I might not have sent it all out to everybody yet, but FEMA has a new task book out for training, for certification. It's more than just the 100, 700, and 800 classes. There's a few more thrown in there. Everybody that was in attendance at the conference got their task book signed off on. So if you weren't there, you didn't get it, which is a big deal because right now there's not many places you can get those task books signed off. So that's huge. Let's see. Am I missing anything for just about Florida CERT before I go on to state and national? Anybody?
You might want to tell them about the app that we won.
Yep, we won Deploy Pro. A lot of you have seen the email for that. It's like a GPS tracking system for our members, so when you get activated and you're out in the field, we can see exactly in real time up on a computer screen where everybody's at. We can communicate hazards, and there'll be a lot more about that, I'm sure, to follow. I don't know if Reggie's going to pull that up or
Sorry
not.
about that.
Is that what he's doing?
Yeah, I actually, Jason, if you don't mind, I thought maybe at the end we'd show them about Florida CERT,
Okay.
National CERT, and then these two things. And maybe if you want to do a tutorial, because you know it really, really well.
Yep. And so then we want to go to state and national later. Is that what you're saying?
Well, if you'd like. I mean, you want to tell them about it now, and then we'll show them how to log in and do everything?
Just real quick, all of us when we were there, of course, we were all in state CERT. And all of us joined national CERT. We got little nifty ID cards that show us on there, which we'll get in more about the ID cards and the QR codes and all this stuff. But because of my notoriety at the CERT conference, I was able to get myself elected to the board of directors for the Florida State CERT conference, which y'all know the email already went around about that to everybody. So you'll notice we got some guests here that weren't here before. So people have been reaching out to me around the area to get started up in CERT and to get the teams going. And East Lake CERT is going to be instrumental in Pinellas County and probably potentially Hillsborough and Pasco of getting things going. I've even invited a guy from Pasco.
This transition. Okay. Good evening, Mayor, City Council, staff.
Well,
We should ask everyone to mute themselves if they're not speaking.
I don't know who that was. Nobody lit up. But anyway, yeah, so that's it. Train the Trainer, the online course, we had an issue with that. I was trying to help Ronnie sign up for that the other day. That's for the Darren sent out an email about it, which is good, but that's for the FEMA website. and going up to, working through Maryland, which I told him, we can teach our own trainer course. I mean, if he wants to do it online, that's fine. But I think you probably have a better experience working with local until you're more experienced there. For anybody that's interested in that, let me know, and we'll get a trainer course going. And Jeff Paulin, he's here from Clearwater CERT. He's a trainer. Reggie's a trainer. Tom's a trainer. There's many of us here that are trainers, and we've got our 428 certificate. So we have the people to teach it. We just got to hold our own. Comms team. Next. Any questions about training before I move forward? Yeah, David. You got to take yourself off mute. Hit space.
Sorry about that.
Yep.
Just so you know, if you guys ever need a training location, I have a building with about 3,000 square foot, wide open, 24/7. So anybody that wants to hold that class, I'm in St. Pete on 30th Street at 16th, and we can use that class as long as somebody else isn't using it. Right there.
Yep.
No charge.
Dave is from the Grotto. He's with the Mason Group down in St. Pete. That they've got a whole fire team that are wanting to become CERT and organized and everything. So I invited him here. You guys will be seeing more of him and his people here in the future. And then I also have Jeff Paulin. Met him at the conference. He's from Clearwater, and he's got about 10 people down there also that are looking to get into a CERT team and working with whether he's going to start his own thing or work with Lealman or Seminole or something to get them moving in the right direction. That's some of the things that, as a member of the Florida State Association, that I'm working on trying to get going for people. So you will see me reaching out to more of you to step up and help out with different things. I've already contacted several of you on training that are going to help me out with training and everything. So good stuff going. I mean, CERT's going to just blow up. If you guys seen some of the groups that I seen at they're Walton County over on the East Coast, there are CERT teams over there that got 400 to 600 members. When they ask for people to show up, 100 people show up. So they don't even have to try hard. So we're going to try to follow their footsteps and get Pasco, Pinellas, and Hillsborough going. I'd be happy if we had 300 people between all three counties. Comms team. Just moving. Oh, and there's a class, a meeting coming up October 10th, I believe it is, for people that are helping out with training. If you did not get that email me. Let me know you're interested in helping training and doing some training, and I'll get you on that, and you can be in that meeting, and we'll work that out. Comms team. Repeater still, any new or upgraded hands? I don't think so. Nobody's told me there's new or upgraded. We had a whole bunch of them last month, and this month nothing yet. So comms training. I don't really have any comms training coming up yet. I do plan on doing like a little class like we did over here by me at the recreation center, just basic information about comms. If somebody wants to step up to that and kind of take that over, who's a ham and understand, like, I talked to James, maybe James would set that up for me and I could just be there and show up and he could take care of all that part. That'd be great. The repeater's going great, solid. The Echolink All-Star node is still working great. We did get the repeater updated. I'm sorry, my phone's going off like crazy. We did get the repeater updated, so now the Echolink is listed under W4 ELC-L instead of my call sign. So we have a copy of the repeater license for Eastlake CERT, and that's all been sorted out and is no longer in Kevin's name. Now it's in my name as the trustee, so we can we're legal again. Of course, check out your local clubs, UPark at upark.org, or carshamradio.org for Clearwater Amateur Radio Society for upcoming classes and testing and things like that. And of course, the free thing, hamexam.org. You know, it's all on the agenda, guys. All those links are on there. I did it on the YouTube channel. I got a video on there of me going over hamexam.org and showing you how to use it and how to study to take your test. You literally, with 10 hours of solid training, you should be able to go through that and get your ham license. You can talk to Russ and Rebecca. You know, Russ, that's basically what he did about, I don't know, I'm guessing 10 hours worth of training, hard training, and, you know, very impressive. He went out within a month of being a member and had his ham license. So he's making some of y'all look bad that have been here for a while. But that's definitely a sign of somebody's going to be here for a while, because everybody that is advanced and moved on and been more active in the team definitely got their ham license right away. It's one of the first things you need to do. Medical team. David Moore here. I haven't seen him.
Yeah, I haven't seen him lately. And I think Ralph is just trying, Lopez also below at Search and Rescue is trying to log in. Unfortunately, with the new spike and whatnot, we've been mandated not to do the much upcoming training right now. The fire station actually canceled their courses for the September course and the October CPR AED course, unfortunately, but they do plan to open it back up and resume that. It's on a month-by-month basis, but right now things are paused due to COVID guidelines. We've all been busy, so we also did that with the search and rescue training, although October will really start things back up. And then November, it coincides with what Jason was talking about the G317 basic CERT training, and then that last day will be at Starkey Park. Well, we have over 8,000 acres of oh, what's up, Jason?
I forgot to mention it's at Pasco, and I sent Tom out an email and James to update it. The class now, we are doing it in conjunction with Pasco County, which, if you guys that have been around here a while and heard me talk about Pasco, this is huge. I mean, they've never really opened up the doors and been into CERT. They got a new person. We met at the conference, and so the first weekend is going to be at the EOC in Pasco, 35 people, and then the next weekend after that will be at Starkey, like you were saying. Sorry, Reggie, I just totally slipped my mind to mention that.
No worries, you got a lot going on. I just put it up. You want to take a look at it? Yeah,
so that's the agenda. As you see, I put the Pasco EOC on there. I do have several of the classes already instructors lined up for it, but I would like more people that want to help in and pitch in on certain areas that you're familiar with and comfortable with. As you notice, the first day is kind of long, and then the next day shorter, and then the last weekend, Starkey Park is like what, 5 hours, 5.5 hours tops. If we hurry up and clean up quick and get out of there and don't chit chat too much, it'll be a short Saturday that weekend, and maybe you can play in the woods with Lopez and the SAR team and have some fun.
Yeah, and Jason, I will change that on Eventbrite tomorrow, along with the conflict of the dates that was coming out with. So you'll see all that fixed up.
Right on, perfect. Yep. And then I'm gonna send out once that gets updated on Eventbrite and on the website, then I'm gonna start blasting this out to every social media avenue I got and sending out emails to the other CERT teams and everything. I really believe. I mean, David says he's got 20 people. Jeff's got 10 people. That's 30 already, and the EOC only holds 35. So I fully believe this is going to be one of our biggest class yet. I doubt all of their people will be able to show up, but still, this is going to be one of the biggest classes yet. So we'll need all hands on deck to help out with this, please. Sorry, my back itches. Go ahead.
Okay. All right, I'll go back to share screen. Thank you, Jason. There's a lot of effort going on into that. So you want to re-engage, be part of that training, and help out. Be greatly appreciated. So that's fantastic. Lopez is still having some trouble getting in, but so that is it on that SAR Camp and Train weekend. More going on with regard to that as well. We'll send out another flyer on that along with the G317 CERT training. And as part of our multimedia team, James, would you like to give us an update? Hey, James, you're on mute.
I'm getting there. Can you hear me now?
I hear you now.
Sorry about that, guys. For a computer person, I'm screwed up. But nothing really new on the website or anything else. Yeah, that's about it. We don't really have anything new. I will be updating the website, like Jason said, with the dates and the times. And if Tom can send me the link if there's a new one or not, appreciate it. And I will have it all updated by this evening.
Thanks for that effort. Jen Beauvais, where are you? Is Jen still on? Are you muted? Jen, you're on mute, Jen. Oh, okay. I guess we can't hear her, but
There she is.
Oh, I didn't even know I'm sorry about that. So as far as Facebook, I put a few posts up. I still have to, this calendar is really, really helpful because I was about to put something up that I didn't realize was even canceled. So I'm going to schedule a lot of these posts and they'll just go up automatically. But if anyone wants me to post something else, just let me know and I'll put it up.
Thank you, Jen. I appreciate that. Oh, by the way, everyone who posted photos, if you tag East Lake CERT in those photos, because you didn't send them to the East Lake CERT Facebook page, if you at least tag them in there, they'll all lock in together. And so anyone who posts from that day, it'll all go together. Some of you gave me some great photos from the 9/11 event. I will get to that in a minute, but it's not making it to the Facebook page. So if you would go back and click and link on East Lake CERT on your own photo. So many thanks, James and Jen, for your efforts in keeping all our multimedia and our internet sites in great order. So thank you. Renee, would you like to give us some great news on finance and fundraising?
Yes, I forgot, I don't think we, oh, thank you I was looking for that. We were awarded a $10,000 grant, and up on the screen is the items that we haven't been 100% approved for, but we should be approved to get. We've got some antenna, electronic items, propane tank holders, canopy tent. We've got CERT patches, stickers, vest. I think we did T-shirts also. Yes, T-shirts. Yes, so we've got a lot of neat, exciting things we're going to buy for next year, or actually the end of this year and part of next year. So we were the only, I think we were the only team in Pinellas County that got a grant this year. And for us to get $10,000, that was pretty good because a lot of people got $5,000. So it's a testament to, they think we spend the money wisely and the need is there. So thank you everybody that entered your items for the budget, and I'll let you know as soon as it's approved.
Thank you, Renee. It was an outstanding job. Really, it was a team effort, but Renee led that charge. There was only $140,000 available for the state, and Renee secured us $10,000 of that, and the only CERT team in Pinellas County to get that grant. And I think we got the maximum amount. So thank you, Renee.
Oh, and I'm supposed to give you the mission manager report. For August, we had, 569 volunteer hours for a total of $14,976 in matching volunteer hours to our budget or to our grant. So for instance, Volunteer Florida gives us a $10,000 grant. We have to give them back $10,000 in volunteer hours. So we always make it well above what we need to, but it's nice to continue to report all the hours because it just makes us look like, we're doing what we're doing and say what we're doing. So that's it.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, that's incredible news. So, and on top of that, there was a lot of dollars spent personally through everyone who went to this Florida State CERT event, and luckily Renee was able to get us some reimbursement, over $4,000 and reimbursement dollars for that. So that was outstanding. On top of all that, so over $14,000 in grants over the last couple of months has been incredible. Thanks, Renee.
It's a team effort.
Yeah, how much of the money they had for the state did we walk away with?
Well, we got I think they had $10,000 and we got $4,000 of it, or $4,100 of it.
That is huge. Wow. And it's, guys, this is why Mission Manager is so important and why we beat you guys up on Mission Manager. This is the reason we get this money, because we show we're out there in the community doing things. So it's huge, guys. You got to go to Mission Manager and update your time, put your time in there. I just can't emphasize that enough.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said, Jason. That is very, very true.
Heidi has a question.
Heidi's got her hand up there. I'm not monitoring, so I can't always see it, but you want to unmute? Got a question?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I have a quick question. Do study hours account for Mission Manager? I just wasn't sure.
Absolutely.
So if I'm studying for the general exam, I just have to log it?
Absolutely. Any study hours you have for that kind of thing, put them in. They do count. Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Way to go. That leads us to Tom.
All righty. Status of trailers, inventory, and any new equipment. No new equipment. Inventory is a little bit down, depleted because of T-shirts I had to give out last weekend, which is great. I think we had 24 people participated in the 9/11 memorial and helped with parking, which I understand the cemetery and the folks in power there were very much appreciative of that. So thank you for all of those efforts that everybody put in for that. And the status of the trailers, like I say, nothing new. I mean, there's no changes in equipment. It's all kind of status quo at this point. Any new members or re-engaged members, I have not heard of any. Certainly, I will mention that if anybody, David, I know I've got your name down here, and anyone else, if you want to become a member, just send your information to eastlakecert.org, and what we can do is we can set you up in Mission Manager as a guest member, and then we can go from there. Okay. Oh, and that's it.
Thanks, Tom. Something about membership and logistics are two new apps. One is Merit and the other is Deploy Pro. Jason, if I bring this up, you want to just touch base real quick on the Merit app?
Yeah, so the Merit app is going to make tracking all the time and everything just so much easier. And I don't know if you guys realize this, but we all need to give props to Tom, because after every single event, he spends hours going in there and putting people's time into Mission Manager's forum, because so many people don't do it. But with this new app, where did it go?
Oh, here we go. I got it.
I'll go ahead and add, I don't do hours worth. I'd like to say that, oh my God, yeah, it's taken me, 2.5 days. It does take some time, but it's not all that terrible. I've worked up a system that I can do this relatively efficiently, so I get it done relatively quick. So anyway, thank you for those kudos though.
Hey, no problem. So what's going to happen is for once we get this implemented. It's not implemented 100% yet, but I've been in the process. I've spent several hours putting it together. But at each event, you'll have one of these QR codes that'll be in there, and I've printed this up for the 9/11 event, and silly me, I didn't bring it. I left it on my shelf. You see me scrambling to get it a minute ago. And basically what'll happen is when you get there, you'll just scan it with your cell phone. And there's a QR code in the screen that he's showing there. You'll scan the code with your cell phone, and it'll clock you in. Then when you go to leave, you scan it again with your cell phone, and you clock yourself out. So your time is automatically entered there. If you're doing study, there's one. Tom's got it on his phone there. When you're studying for your ham license or something, I'll have a separate code for study time, so that all you got to do, or it could just be a link. Actually, what happens is we get a link. It generates a link, and I go and I create the QR code.
Hey, Jason.
Yo.
If you can make me a QR code for studying, I'll make up a page for studying and stuff that we can use. They can go onto our website and scan it over the screen.
Yeah, well, on the website, we could just do it as simple as just clicking a link, and it does it. The QR codes, I could do it either way. But really, the whole beauty behind the QR codes is you just scan it with your phone. But if you're on the website studying or something like that, you can literally, all this is QR Monkey. I took the link, I entered it into QR Monkey, and it generates the QR code. That's all it is. And my hopes is to work with Tom here and Reggie and James more in the future. Kind of, maybe we'll sit down one day over some beer. I didn't say that. We'll sit down and go over and show you guys how this all works. He's got his already. Lemonade. Okay. Let's see. And then I'll show you guys how it works. It's just going to make it so much simpler. You have a QR code there. And then what happens, guys, is this is stored under your own personal QR code. So when you get activated or you go to an event, and this has been done at Surfside, I'm not sure, he didn't tell me that they were planning on doing it at the last hurricane that hit up there in Louisiana. He said he was getting ready to go up there. So I think they did it at that. They did it, used it at, what was that shooting? One of the shootings that recently took place that CERT was involved in, basically people show up, they scan your code, and if you don't have the proper credentials to get into the location of where this is happening, they won't let you in there. Same thing with classes. If I'm doing a train-to-trainer class and I give you a QR code and you scan it to clock in and you don't have a G317 class already, it won't let you clock in. Or, a G400, 300 class. If you haven't taken a 300 class yet, you can't scan in and log into the 400 class. So this is just huge. This is something that is now becoming a FEMA norm. It's not just us, it's the hospitals, the law enforcement, fire department. Everybody is using this, so it's important for us to get on board. At least until the first of the year, we're going to continue using Mission Manager. Whether or not we still continue to use Mission Manager past that is yet to be determined. We haven't really talked it out with the board yet, but this is the new norm. So you guys download the app and get ready for it. I think I sent an email out to everybody about it already in the group email. And then Reggie's got the Deploy Pro.
Thank you, Jason. Yeah, the merits.com right there is the link. But also Jason sent out the info on that. So maybe we'll resend that to reinforce that. Deploy Pro is an app. I'm going to go to it in just a moment. Maybe I should have done that. Is it going back? Yeah. Okay. As you can see, it's a tracking app, but don't worry. If you sign up, you don't have to quit or anything. What you would do is just put your PIN or whatnot in private mode. No one can see you. But for an event, it allows us to not only know where each other are. If you're out in the field, you can share map markers and other things. When you find a victim, you can put a pin down, triage them, mark with a red, yellow, green. And it even has an app. Here's kind of what that looks like on the phone for those of you who have already joined. So I appreciate that. If you're watching the screen, it's free to all the members. There you go. Some people are holding it up there. It works real well, very accurate because it uses all the phones and other GPS applications. And also in there's other things like, there's triage, victim counter, tells us how many and what they're in, but there's also a good reference page. And an emergency button. So if you're there and you can't get on your phone or whatever, and you hit this button, it gives you 10 seconds to turn it off. But if you don't, that's like, CQ, we got emergency traffic. That panic button will let us know we got to get to you ASAP, and we have a pinpoint of where you are. So no matter what, your team is backing you up. There's also this reference guide thing you can see right there. So if you happen to forget any medical training or other treatment, you just bring that up, and it'll tell you head-to-toe assessments, considerations, burns, wound care, fractures. Click on that button. It'll tell you what to do and how to do it. You can use this for your own personal reference, too. It doesn't have to be during a CERT event. You come upon someone who's hurt, you need to do CPR or whatever it is, you can go to that reference. It's really pretty incredible tool. Allows you to do all of that. So that's Deploy Pro. Sorry, gang. And there's the site right there. If you just click on that, it'll lead you to it.
And James won that, by the way. We were the winningest team at the conference. We won everything.
I know. I was up in there, and luckily he didn't make me pay for it, even though I signed up for it. Because James won the raffle out of the hundreds of people that were there, James Sholin, and we ended up getting it for free. So, thank you, James.
Yeah, make sure everyone knows that it's a lifetime membership that we won. Lifetime. So we don't have to pay a dime for the rest of the time that we use it.
Yes, thank you. That's very true. It is a lifetime membership, and it's obviously free to every CERT member. So when you finally log into it, just join the Eastlake CERT team, and you have access to all of that and all the upgrades too, that not just Deploy, but the Deploy Pro gives us a lot of those functions I talked about, and that is available on that version. So yes, sir. Thank you. Great job. Events and activations. Oh, Pinellas County training. We were doing a traffic management training course in order to really serve well at the 9/11 event, but due to COVID, the police officer had to cancel on us, so we just held a little bit of a hybrid traffic management and signaling course. But actually, I'd like to get right into the recap of the event, and I have a few photos to share with you all. I don't think Neil is here. So Tom, where's Tom Havlick? There you are, who was our IC, our fearless leader on this event. Did a fantastic job along with the entire team. Over 24 of us there. Everyone, I'm really proud of the team. You guys were outstanding. I'll try and bring up some photos. Well, Tom, if you tell us a bit about it.
Okay. Thank you. I didn't know I was going to brief everybody on that one.
Sorry, I can.
No, that's okay. I did an okay job. I don't know that I necessarily did a great job. I felt there were things I could have been more proactive in my planning, etc. Anyway, it was a great turnout. We had, I believe it was 24 people, and we were able to basically cover all of the criteria or the critical areas for parking to get people in an orderly fashion and in a timely fashion. And it went quite smoothly. there's always some people who just simply don't know how to park. You know, parallel parking in particular. It's amazing how many people didn't know how to parallel park. Unreal. Anyway, but we did a fantastic job. We did get a group picture of us with excuse me, a celebrity eagle that was there at the participation, right in front of the memorial, and it really was a very somber event. Very, very nice. We did have the governor show up, and apparently that was really on the QT. Those that weren't part of the planning didn't know about it supposedly, and so it was amazing that when he showed up, and the crowd loved that. We had Lee Greenwood do 3 songs, and one obviously his famous song, "God Bless the USA," along with a flyover from the United States Coast Guard. So that was quite nice. Anyway, I want to say thank you to everybody who attended. For those who couldn't, when we have these kinds of, oh, there's my car. Oh, there it is. There's my little soul. Yeah. When we, what was I going to say? When we do have these types of events, we really stand out. Well, we stood out because of our shirts, I think, too, which is great. But we stand out because every time anything is done by Eastlake CERT, the groups that have asked us to come and help them out have always been extremely thankful. And in many cases, thankful with grant money, which is super. Not that we do it for the grant money, but it's just an awesome honor to be able to do these things. And like I said, I'm looking forward to the next event. I know we were supposed to have a car show coming up, but that got canceled because of COVID, and just things happen. Anyway, again, thanks everybody who came. There's the eagle. There she is. Anyway,
hey, Tom, I'm here now. Sorry, just doing family duty tonight, so. It's Neil.
Oh, there you are. Thanks, Neil.
Austin called me. I was doing family stuff. I was out at my truck working too, so. Sorry, I totally forgot about the meeting tonight. From my side, from the Curlew Hill side, this was the smoothest ever event they had going on. So everyone from Curlew, from Terry's side, from Whirlwind was all extremely happy with everybody's performance with CERT. Thank you guys for coming out and helping. It really made it much easier for us, especially with the big parking lot and trying to get all that situated. And plus with the governor coming in, sneaking in the back way, and Lee Greenwood there, made it definitely help and getting everybody out of there too. It seemed like it went way faster than it's ever been out there.
Yep. I had several people while we were parking go, "This is the most organized parking I have ever seen anywhere."
Yeah, with that many people, the sheriff came to me. So I was talking to one of the sergeants out there, and I said, "All right, I'm getting ready to move my truck." He's like, "No, the lieutenant shut down the parking." I said, "We got more parking here." He's like, "No, the lieutenant said we're not. It's full. We're done." I'm like, "All right, I'm not going to argue with you guys." So it made it much easier once they did that. But yeah, everybody was extremely happy from Curlew, from Mary, the event coordinator from Curlew. Terry was happy. Dave was happy. So everything went smooth this year, which was nice because, like I said, with Lee being there and the governor there. So.
Yeah, thanks, Neil. You put us in touch with that, put us together. And in leading this parking event, you did a fantastic job, and we appreciate you including us as part of it. So it was outstanding.
You're welcome, sir.
There's Lee Greenwood and Mrs. Greenwood. All right, I didn't get some great shots of that, but there he is. And I know some people had videos and they recorded it. They start out with "God Bless," the Star Spangled Banner, "God Bless America," and then "God Bless the USA." So. Really awesome stuff.
Reggie, I think they still have it posted on Curlew Hill's website because I know they streamed it to their Facebook. So if anybody wants to go watch it, they should be able to go to the Curlew Hill's Facebook site and see the whole thing.
Okay, and we'll put some of these on too. I did send the drone up and got some early shots, but after everyone started getting there, they really didn't want that thing flying around. So as you can see, people just flowing in. Here's the cemetery.
They usually post the video on Facebook or on YouTube. I'm sorry, from every year, so it'll be on
Okay.
YouTube.
Good. I saw a couple of them, but not all of them. And again, great job for the entire team. So thank you, gang. Trying to find all these, and I'm hopping around here. I did not have a nice presentation set up, but there's a lot of the team right there, and some other training stuff. You guys did a fantastic job. So thank you for that. I will close that out now, and let's get back to wherever we were here. Aha. So again, thanks for that. That was great. Probably a highlight of the year so far. Next up is I know it's a little early for this, but we've got to plan it early. The East Lake CERT holiday celebration, December 11th. Eileen, do you want to speak to that a bit?
Well, I know that people are kind of leery about being inside, so we're going to do it outside at John Chestnut Park. I think it's shelter 12, did we decide? And
Yes.
it's going to be about 12:30, 1 o'clock after the reindeer run. Since most of us would be there anyway for the YMCA reindeer run, we just decided to move it across the lake and be after the run. And everybody's more than welcome to come and bring a dessert. We're going to have the main meal catered, and then the rest of if everybody wants to come and bring a dessert.
Fantastic. More
Do
to
we
come
have
on
a
that.
cost?
Do what now?
Do we have a cost, how much the catering's gonna be? Or is people gonna be bringing in money?
No, it's East Lake CERT, so it won't cost anything in that regard.
Okay, just asking.
But more to come on that, because we got to plan that out a little better. Who's bringing what? We do this pretty fun gifts exchange. Want to do that? And I think we'll have some raffles and stuff this year too. So it should be fun.
Yes, that'd be great.
But more on that. That's all the way in December. But we did want to let you know it's coming up the pipeline, and we're thinking about that for you guys. So we'll follow up with that. Okay, 2 big pieces of new business. And actually, if it's okay, I'll let Renee lead that one. Renee, is she muted? Is she there? Renee?
Renee, you need to unmute.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Oh,
Yes.
I hear you now.
I have a really bad internet connection for some reason. Do you want me to go over the bylaws section or my part?
Both, if you would, or just let them know what to expect.
So back in January, so we didn't have a really good copy of our bylaws. We had a copy that we went by, but it wasn't in a Word document, and so we had it retyped and we made some changes because those bylaws were done back 14, 15, 16 years ago. So, I mean, we didn't have email back then, probably, there was a lot of different things. So we kind of, as the board, updated the bylaws. And I think Jason is going to go ahead and send it out electronically for you to see what's changed. You'll get like a red line version of what's changed. And then you're going to vote on it. And then we have to have a certain amount of people vote to, vote for the new bylaws to take place. If you have any questions, I would suggest you email the board we'll give you our email address, but they were very well thought out, and everybody involved took the time. We think it would be better for the group, just to bring them up to date. Anyone else want to chime in?
Nope. Renee spearheaded that and brought it up to date for us. We all reviewed it, but thank you, because it was time we did that. And when someone asked about the bylaws, we couldn't even come up with them. So that was a great effort there. And this will be the updated version you will all get electronically. So you can look for that.
Okay. And then the next piece of information, I am not going to be running to renew my position as treasurer. And because of that, we need to have somebody learn what I do or shadow me in what I do. So I know Jason has stepped up and said he would be willing to run for treasurer next time. Eileen sent in an email that Austin would, sure, she was nominating Austin. I haven't talked to Austin, but so my thought is, you know, the treasurer does a lot of things that you may not know, as far as, you know, we have to stay current with the IRS. We have to stay current with Sunbiz, the Division of Corporations, you know, the accounting portion of the task of being treasurer, and also grant writing, and grant reimbursements. It's amazing how particular they are to get your money reimbursed. But you know, once you learn it, you know, you can, you know, go forward with it. So I don't, you know, Reggie, I don't know, you know, the nomination of Austin came up at the last minute, so I don't know how you want to move forward. I just think it would be prudent that people learn how, you know, what's going on, because when you're thrown in it and you don't know what you don't know, it becomes quite difficult.
I suggest that they both train and shadow you. They're really showing an interest in it, because it's not just a simple handoff. It's going to take a couple of months of definitely following you, seeing what you do. I don't know if you have your own particular guidelines or an SOP for treasurer, because you do so much of it. That'd be a lot of work. But and then, because if you were to step down now, we would appoint someone. But since there's some interested members, and we can open this up, you know, your slot is it February?
Yeah, it's up in February. So you know, if somebody else wants to, you know, see what it's all about too, I mean, I have no problem. I'm moving back to the East Lake area in October. So, you know, I can, you know, we can certainly meet at the fire station and go over things, or, you know, whatever, you know, I'm good with whatever anybody, you know, needs or wants. I want to leave it in a good place that, you know, people know what they're doing.
Just one thing I wanted to add, Eileen's email said he would step in the short term. Just want to clarify, this is a 2-year position, and it's a very active position. And then secondly, on the new bylaws, you have to have had another board position. That was why I stepped up, because there was nobody else qualified.
Yeah, and I'll add in too. I would definitely, you know, even though I'm vice chair, I would definitely like to learn the treasurer functionality, because I think it's good to have a backup in case of emergency, et cetera. And as we discussed as a board, there needs to be an overview of that particular position, because we're talking about dealing with a fair amount of money here. So
absolutely.
Yeah, we even talked about like a kind of treasurer type thing too.
Right. And I, you know, I was speaking with somebody that worked very a lot in the union, and he was on the board in this firemen's union, and he said that treasurer before the meeting had to come in and open the books, and everybody had to look at it and sign off on it. So it's basically a board overview, which I think is a good thing, for what it's worth.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I only stepped up because there was nobody else qualified. So, I mean, if somebody else wants to do it, that's fine.
Okay. Well, even if, you know, I mean, I guess somebody, you know, if you're interested in learning about it, email the board and we'll make arrangements to make sure that happens.
Great. Thank you, Renee, for your years of hard work, and hopefully a smooth transition. And well, I'm sure we'll be calling you with a lot of questions, so hopefully you'll still take our call.
I'll still be around, but my intentions are not to be in the East Lake area. That, you know, so I just want to, I mean, I'm moving back for a year, that I can guarantee. So
Got it. Thank you. So again, if you are interested in it, even just want to learn more about it, even you know, just email the CERT email, and we'll put you on the list, and we can work out a way to get you educated and learn more about it. So, good deal. Glad people are interested in doing more and learning more about CERT and what goes on behind the scenes. So, thank you. We open the floor to any new thoughts, questions, or ideas. Anyone? I got a hand. Lopez.
Reggie, quick question. If
Sure.
I'm training during a CERT, say CERT camping event, and I'm training, say, 60 people for 3 hours, does each of the 3 hours of the people that I'm training count and into the tracking, the time tracking?
Yes, absolutely. Every time, and all the time you spend prepping, preparing for that, setting up the teaching agendas, putting that whole program together, all of those hours count. So you want to log them in.
Yeah, because I'm asking because of that JROTC unit. I'm going to a meeting next Thursday. I'm going to be with them the whole day at the school. They also want to join the East Lake CERT, so there's like 60 of them.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's going to be a ton of hours for that whole weekend itself. But I'll keep a record of everything.
Yeah, they would have to sign up on Mission Manager, wouldn't they, in order to get each of the 60 people the hours? Like, you could count that on yours.
We have to be able to capture their name and email address, etc. They have to be on the roster. Otherwise, there's no way to accommodate them. Now, we could put them in as a guest member for a time period if they're not sure they want to join, whatever. But in the meantime, that guest stuff would definitely count. However, in order for their time spent training, absolutely, they've got to be in Mission Manager. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
So
I'll get their emails next week.
If we decide to switch over and use Merit, it's as simple as them scanning a QR code and they're in.
Okay, no problem.
I have a question. What other position will be available for the board for February?
The chairperson, my position, and the treasurer position are both up for re-election.
And parliamentarian. Hold on.
Parliamentarian is that
Yeah,
too?
parliamentarian's also up.
Oh, in February. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
So
and then just to reiterate, really the only two entry-level jobs onto the board is parliamentarian and secretary.
Yes.
Otherwise, you have to have held another board position.
That'll be as long as everyone votes with the majority for the new bylaws.
As long as the new bylaws are approved, that will be the way it is. Yeah.
I thought my position was on the odd year, so I thought it was this year that I just got reapproved.
Hold on, let me see.
Okay, I'll check.
50 seconds.
Yeah.
Actually, not sure. No, I think you're on. I think yours is coming up as well. The odd ones are in the odd years, the even or vice and the secretary. Now, there would be a secretary position open if Jason steps into the treasurer position. So we'll work all that out, all the details out in the coming months, because that's not till the end of the year. But yeah, there'll be a lot of shuffling going around. So we welcome all you new members and anyone who wants to get more involved. So think about it. Think on it, and we'll see. We've got a lot of great new active people. So thanks for that.
Reggie, it is your position, treasurer and parliamentarian, due up in even number years.
Got it. Okay, well, there we have it. That is the case. I'll go back to share screen real quick. And Tom, you want to give us the quick reminders, please?
Every month we remind everybody. Every Wednesday we have our CERT net, and we definitely invite everybody to come in, listen in. If you're not a ham operator, if you have a ham radio, certainly listen in. Those of you who are, ham licensed, definitely check in. We want to hear from you. It gives us an opportunity to make sure that, one, your equipment's working. It gives you a little bit of on-air experience, and it just makes for a smoother transition when we have to respond to something. And in addition, when it comes to FEMA or CERT track, that's the Florida Disaster.org track. That's where they list all of the various courses available throughout the state. And as Jason had mentioned, some of those courses do have prerequisites. So what you need to do when you're taking any kind of course at all, online or in person, you get a certificate, scan that certificate, and register it with the CERT track. That's the surefire way of being able to know if you're eligible for future training. And again, mission manager, get blue in the face mentioning it, but it is our method for getting our grant money and just knowing how many hours we have, etc. It's just a way of keeping track of what we're doing. So that is it. Thank you much.
Thank you, Tom. Let's go to the calendar real quick before we adjourn. There are a couple quick items. We already have the 9/11 event, and today is the virtual Zoom meeting. In October, I put canceled due to COVID spike, and it was virtual only. But I was just contacted yesterday by Eastlake Fire Rescue, and they actually would like us to help with that. I will send out a separate email, but they have everyone coming on race day and handing out the bags and T-shirts for people who signed up and other things. So they would like us there. Another traffic event, so everyone can come in smoothly. And we just hand it to their cars, and they can drive back out. But also for other things, so they would like our help on that day, not at 6:30, but later. It's for a couple hours, and it is at Eastlake Fire Rescue Station 57. I'll send more out on that. So,
hey, Reggie, is there any way we can set up like a give out bag too, or for promoting our services?
Sure. That's an excellent idea. Why don't do me a favor? That is great, because we will be handing out bags. If it's something as simple as a flyer, we're wearing our yellow Eastlake shirts, and then we throw a flyer in each bag and tell them about it. We'll try and put something like that together and definitely pass it out. So that's a great out of the box thinking. Great idea. Thank you, James. Let's try and put that together and then and make it part of that program. So I'll make a note of that. And we'll do that. Good call. And then later in October, mid-October, we have our virtual meeting again. And unfortunately, that fun Eastlake Rotary Car Show, where they have that in the, darn, it was going to be so much fun too. That's this thing right here. Car Show Fall Festival, dress up thing, and the car show on Hallows Eve would have been fantastic. But unfortunately, they canceled this event until next April. So, bummer. That is not even virtual or anything. It's gone. That opens up the end of October for anything, but just want to let you know about that. Kind of looking forward to it, but that's not happening. And then November, again, the CERT training, and then third week of November, the big camping, SAR Camp and Train weekend. We'll send more out on that. Now, that's free to all of you. Just bring your camping stuff and do whatever, and we'll train some wilderness search and rescue and orienteering, which is compass use and map reading and stuff, knot training, all kinds of things, and nighttime campouts and some camp food going on there too. So that'll be, and that's it. And the reindeer run is still going on. So that is December 11th. And that's why we timed our year-end picnic cookout holiday celebration with that. So that's really the end of the calendar. I can't believe it's already mid-September. And we're cranking down to the last quarter of the year. Anyone else have anything else to add? Anybody? No hands? Okay. Oh, what?
I was going to say that training class is on the 10th for people that are going to be part of the November 13th class, October 10th. It's a Sunday from 5 to 6. I sent out an email to everybody that I knew had normally had a key role in the training. If you didn't get it, let me know, and I'll send that out to you. But I gotta get that added there too.
Okay, well, I'll add that to the calendar. Thanks, Jason.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really it for this evening. No one has anything else. Motion to adjourn.
Do we have any after hours training?
Yeah, I was just going to hit that right after adjournment. That our 15-minute training, we're just going to go. I'll let you know a little bit more about CERT, the Florida CERT, state CERT, the national CERT, and if anyone had any questions about that Deploy Pro or the merits. So if you want to stick around just after that for a few minutes, we can definitely do that. Any second on the adjournment?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Done. 8:09 p.m. Thank you all for being here. Stay safe, stay well. Thank you.